One of the first times I ever was in a school in Ontario, years ago, kid in the front row went, "That looks scary." Do you know what I think is scary? Is you're going to go to wherever you're going to stay tonight and try this. I just kept playing. It was wonderful. I was so proud of myself. I loved it.
Well, clearly there's an entertainment value, right? I mean, obviously with the piano and the drums, people kind of wonder about that stuff and they think, what is this, just showing off? No, it's who I am. I mean, I'm an entertainer, I'm a musician, but more than anything, I'm just Alvin. You know, this is what I learned to do.
But a typical day like today, when you're on the plane so early and you haven't even had coffee yet, you don't really feel like being a speaker, especially since you're not getting paid yet. So like most common business travelers, I come armed with a briefcase, pardon the pun, and I come armed with reading products, and I will pull out a book, and I will hold my book, and often I'm not even reading my book, because I just want people to leave me alone. Unfortunately, when you read a book with your foot, nobody leaves you alone.
There is no normal, right? There's only the normal that you know. And if your normal is that you're a vice president of a huge financial institution and you have 2,000 employees and your life revolves around a 16-hour day, well, you know, that's your life. If you're a homemaker with 4 children and you stay home every day and look after your children because you think that's important, well, that's your normal. You know, we spend too much time living our lives in the judgment of others when we really should be judging ourselves just a little bit more, but not in comparison with others, just in thinking about what our heart says, what our soul says, what our spirit says, you know.
No, think how weird my life might be. I'm just reading a book and people that have never seen me before are going, "That's amazing!" Just reading a book.
If I was to ask you, what is your biggest limitation, what would your answer be? Because when people ask me what my biggest limitation is, they probably think it's having no arms. No, it's not. Having no arms is inconsequential.
So I was an evening DJ, and I had a very big following. I had a great popular show. So well known was I got invited one day to speak at a junior high school career fair. It was a real treat, because DJs normally don't leave the station until they get to be popular, and that's a good sign, right? They even gave me one of those black vinyl jackets, right, with 92 on the back. And I went to this school, got into a classroom, about 25, 13-year-olds, talked about the radio business, what it's like to be a DJ, to meet the bands, to party, all the good stuff. Got to the very end of about a 20-minute talk. Any questions, boys and girls? Kid in the front row. How do you go to the bathroom?
For years, I had one speech, and it was called "There's No Such Word as Can't." I still have one speech, and to be honest with you, it's pretty much the same speech, but now it's called Alvin's Laws of Life, and it coincides with my book, and you know, the tagline on my book is 5 steps to successfully overcoming anything. Well, you know, what are they? Well, I believe that attitude and learning and value and imagination and never giving up are universal themes, and they apply to almost every kind of conference or meeting that I would work at, and I think they would work for you.
My I is for imagination. I think imagination is the key that unlocks the power of potential. It's not owned by the young, but they're definitely best at using it. Aren't they? Kids are amazing. I think imagination defines the difference between obstacles and possibilities. Isn't one of the greatest things about gathering together like you are right now is looking at how you can grow as a human being, and looking at how you can change, and looking at how you can go from someone who perhaps might be shy and reserved and scared to somebody who transforms.
One of the things I take great pride in is how much I customize each program for each individual client. And I mean customized by not doing, you know, years and years of research. It's just getting to know the client, talking with the meeting planners, talking with the people that are putting the event together, more than anything getting a feel for the theme if there is one, but most importantly just understanding what the objectives of that particular engagement are.
I think if everyone in the world was a grandma, there'd be world peace. Don't you think? Grandmas should run the country. That's what I think. Oh, it would get a little corny. There'd be a crabby attitude every morning for about an hour, but in this room, there are people that have made more teams than perhaps they can even count. And in such a twist, there's so many people that have never been on one team until you came here. Isn't it phenomenal?
There's so many things that come out in the program that you have to watch the whole thing to really get an idea, but you know, the program's about life.
No, this is about what people can do. People totally underestimate their potential all the time. See, the impossible is possible. We've only got one life. Making the best of it is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. God bless you, and thanks for having me here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alvin Law.
You've been awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks again. Thank you very much. Hey, brother. You got it. Just like that, my friend. All right. Thank you. Thanks, Jack.
That was phenomenal.
Thanks.
Wow. Thank you so much, Alvin. That was phenomenal. How many people are inspired? You feel